Hi guys! Today we're gonna read Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs. Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs. Illustrated by John Joven. Let's see what's inside. Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs. Once upon a time, a king and queen had a beautiful baby girl. She had hair as black as night and skin as white as snow, so they named her Snow White. Soon after, the queen died and the king married again. The new queen was vain, with a cruel, cold heart. Every morning she would gaze in her mirror and ask, "Mirror, mirror on the wall, who's the fairest of us all?" The mirror will always reply, "You are!" Until one dreadful day when it said, "Snow White." Snow White had become the prettiest, kindest girl in the kingdom. The queen hated her. And the queen's jealousy grew until he summoned the royal huntsman. "Take Snow White to the forest. She's not, and leave her to die." The huntsman was horrified, but what could he do? "Run!" he begged. Snow White, "Keep running until you find help." Heart-thumping, legs panting, Snow White ran. She ran through the night and into the dawn. At last, she came to the edge of the forest. There stood a curious little house. Snow White crept up to it and knocked rat-a-tat-tat on the door. Seven dwarfs came rushing up. "Hello!" they chorused. "Welcome, come in, come in." Jiggling and jostling, they bustled her inside. Then they sat her down, and Snow White told her tale. "That queen is so wicked," they said, with a shake of their heads. "Stay with us. We will look after you." There's even a gnome. The next morning, the queen strode up to her mirror. "Mirror, mirror on the wall, who's the fairest of us all?" "Snow White, of course," the mirror declared. "She's still alive!" screeched the queen, almost bursting with rage. She donned a disguise and hobbled through the forest. With a rat-a-tat-tat, she knocked on the dwarf's door. "Pretty ribbons for a pretty girl," she crowed, tying a sash around Snow White's waist, tighter and tighter and tighter, until Snow White gasped and collapsed on the floor. And there she stayed until the dwarfs found her. "Quick, undo the sash!" they cried. It must have been that evil queen. That's the queen, right? She disguised as a troll. The next morning, the dwarf set up to work. Be careful, they told Snow White, and don't try on more sashes. Snow White was busy sewing until he heard a young girl call out, Glittery combs for sale. Here, try one, said the girl, holding it up, but Snow White placed it in her hair. She fell to the floor once more. Ha! Called the girl, turning into the village's queen. My poisoned comb will finish you for good. The dwarfs arrived just to snatch the comb away. When the mirror announced that Snow White was still the fairest of all, the queen was fairest. I will get rid of her. She snarled and she cast a terrible spell. Crisp, sweet apple, rosy red. Just one bite and fall down dead. Disguised again, the queen returned to Snow White. Try my scrumptious apple. Snow White took a bite and dropped lifeless to the ground. This time the dwarfs cannot help her. She's too lonely to lovely to bury, they sobbed, and placed her in a glass coffin. After a year and a day, a prince rode past. Entranced to her beauty, she swept to his arms, and a piece of apple flew from her mouth. Oh, murmured Snow White, opening her eyes. It was true love. Snow White and the prince married before the week was out, and all 7 dwarfs carried her train. The end. Please help me to reach 1,000 subscribers. I hope you appreciate it. Thank you. And if you like the video, please consider to like, share, and subscribe. I hope you like it and read with your family, and see me on the next vlog. Bye!